Anita again. I suddenly got popular for this voice meme thing. Grey Galatian Queen, Mia, asked me 2, 5, 13, and 14, requesting more of the Firestone. So I will grant that request by reading the next part of the first part of the chapter. By starting with the first little bit that I finished with. A collective almost moan rose from many of the spectators on the public platforms, and the young man wondered if this execution was intended to be a religious occasion. The religion of the region, not only of Sicily but of the surrounding countries, operated on a number of complex levels involving both priests and wizards, secular and non-secular rituals. The one below, a type of mother goddess as near as the young man could determine, had borne 9 sons, the 9 above, and the fourth, none of them had names, was the god of justice. The screams took on a new intensity. The young man's gaze flickered to the royal platform. Only the twins were present. The descent would be feet first then, and slow. It was said in the city that the twins were also bound to the fourth, although they had never entered the priesthood, and they were certainly not wizards. Justice. His lips twisted up off his teeth. You're, not from the city. The merchant was definitely more interested in his neighbor now than in the day's event. Ginger hair, cropped shorter than was currently fashionable, pale skin, sharp features, and a slight build marked said neighbor as an outlander. Amid the placid and pleasure-loving city dwellers, his scowl and brittle intensity marked him just as surely. There were few outlanders in Ischia. Certain policies of the king had been set up to discourage them from staying. Is this your first time watching the lady? The young man merely grunted. He thought the local name for the volcano, or more specifically for the crater, was ridiculous. Perhaps, the merchant wet his lips and reached out a tentative hand, you would let me buy you a drink? No. The hand was avoided, the young man radiating disgust. The merchant shrugged, disappointed but philosophical, outlanders who could fathom them, and again turned his attention to the crater. Smoke rose from the thief's soft leather shoes. Making his way down the terraces, slipping deftly between merrymakers, the young man considered the fate of thieves in the royal city. He hefted the weight of the merchant's purse, lifted almost without thinking as he left, and the corners of his narrow mouth quirked upward in what served him for a smile. Well, the man had offered to buy him a drink. Okay, number 5 is to say something in a different language. I don't really speak other languages, so if you don't mind bearing with me, I will say something in a language that I created. For those of you who read my little sojourn into writing, I created a language that I call Ilbrinzeth for my character Virith to speak to his mate Esteban, and I used a couple of phrases in there. Let me go ahead and do that one for you. One of the phrases is Sis Vaedra Asnariav, which roughly means by all the most holy gods. Okay. Number 13 is something that makes me happy. What makes me happy is being able to communicate like this with my friends, and also reading, really. Sorry about that. Number 14 is my favorite word. I don't know that I have a favorite word, but I do like to go to an online thesaurus to look up different variations of words. And recently, for reasons, I looked up coward, and I found 2 variations that I really like. The first is pusillanimous. I'm so sorry about that. And the second is paper tiger, and I just think that one's really funny. Sorry for mispronunciations and stammering, but here's the second part. I hope you enjoyed this, Mia.